us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. How do you the best in terms of football analysis on the field, off the field, all the analysis to have. And then on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Like we've always been saying, say we new to the channel on the end. You should subscribe to the channel, turn your notification, I choose all. So anytime content ever drop, we'll have you and we're first to have it on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Season obviously a query and seasonal query, and there's a lot to talk about. And now again for the investors, Bodo Glimt NSA code no. Just one team again after Napoli, and now it was Bodo Glimt. But again, just like the team always does, say anytime we have lost a Bebiano, they sit up almost all night to go through the picks, do the analysis, and then go for fresh picks. And then the new ones are always ready. Team who has spoken about it, and they had a little bit of adjustment, kakra, and they didn't come up. And of course, you're ready to go until we investor again. We go again, sometimes it happen. Go to the description of the video, or join the Fiifi-Manfred Telegram channel, Fiifi-Manfred WhatsApp channel, Fiifi-Manfred on Twitter, Fiifi-Manfred on Facebook, all over there. Okay, codes in the say go on. No wedding come on Bibia I come on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. And sounded also big conversations, but. And of course, when first of all we start the conversation of Madrid, and they said, "Baby, Adriano, Ababe Claire, say Papa friend Carlo Ancelotti, Echo, and the replacement obviously of our friend Xabi Alonso. Now, Madrid for prepare for life with Xabi Alonso and life without Carlo Ancelotti. A lot of discussions have gone on in the last few days. Of course, you need to Trent Alexander-Arnold there. He's going straight to team my friend FC Real Madrid, and the deal is simple. Abrante Energy said, baby, on why you may do as a player, he would want to move on and get a new experience. Meaning, Liverpool for baby now, unhappy with Abrante friend Trent Alexander-Arnold. They be almost okay, maybe he's not good enough. And Bruno and a cop the last time a Liverpool boy or no. I think that Trent Alexander-Arnold is a very good player. Sometimes, and Mate about two former Liverpool players, somebody like Steven Gerrard, who said that chance to go back in time, said Madrid opportunity in the bank because he would have loved to have that opportunity to go and play on Madrid. Sometimes I would say baby for a child, you need to change kaka, and that's what Trent Alexander-Arnold is trying to do on Madrid. For Liverpool fan obviously will not be happy. It's normal for Liverpool fans to say that they are unhappy, but it's going to be okay. The arrival of a brand here friend Xabi Alonso has been met by President Presidente Florentino Perez, or person she team, a big opposition to team friend Barcelona. See how the weird thing Barcelona inside Madrid for. So I've said it several times. Say Ushe senior Barca and Madrid every game. Barca beshe Mbappe beshe hat-trick. Vinny Jr. bema 2 assists, but still Madrid loses how much. And tells you that Barcelona literally on some steroids and on mobile ball heading so you stop them, and that is how good this Barcelona team have been in recent times. And what we are hearing now, and it said there is a need for a centre back Madrid extra. There is a need for a left back after right back and Trent Alexander-Arnold, then a deep line midfielder waiting. I hope he could build up a Children. But what you are hearing is that Xabi Alonso ever bought a 3-back and a Xabi Alonso ever team your friend Real Madrid when it takes over. Usually a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 variations of that. So now you saw a bunch of Jeremy Frimpong and Gilmado. And then all the way Jumane when he won wing back on for team my friend Bino for Leverkusen. How he's going to step up at Madrid near Claire, the personal. And I feel come on back. I'm saying Madrid have decided to try and bring a new centre back this summer. Clear indication from Xabi Alonso accepted by the management. The club also keeps looking for a new left back as part of the transfer strategy. Madrid for back in this game. Very important. Madrid for will get a player of that caliber. Of course, he said Bayern Munich for very interested in Abrantia. Your friend Jonathan Tah, na Barca for pair, and there's a little bit of a scuffle. But Barca for would have wanted Jonathan Tah if Abrante's friend Ronald Araujo had gone to Juventus. Now, as it stands now, Jonathan Tah can go to wherever he wants because Ronald Araujo is the ultima. Your friend of FC Barcelona, and he's going to continue to be Barcelona player at the moment. And I'm a Bayern Munich for now. Started some more bizarre questions about Jonathan Tah situation, to see if they can get him Bayern Munich and now send a on next player. Carlo Ancelotti, after leaving the job as Madrid manager, we know so this Brazil manager now. Osha, who's a Carlo or pay a lot of old players on your edjuma. On Shadam Pen Cram Credjuma, sir, I know pay experienced players on your more no my edjuma check on what tea Jumanasi. Usually Carlo likes to work with players like that, and that is what we are hearing. Say Carlo are contacting the likes of Casemiro more on your former Madrid players, any Brazilian players on board for the Brazilian national team, and a Carlo Ancelotti are from with Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. Wakacho say, hey, Semen Babaka, I want to make sure Semen Mobeka the Brazil national team. I mean, it's a style of Carlo and it works for him. It works for him in the sense that we believe it's a player and he experience. You just need to give them the structure to work within and will succeed. And again, for national team football, I not only so much time to try new things. You want to play with the players that you already know. And that is why it's clear, so he'll go for them. I'm just wondering how that is going to affect the future of players, we say Andre Santos, or the Brazilian national team. But away from that, it is very, very clear. Say Carlo Ancelotti, Epe, Abrantia, your friend Casemiro to come back to the Brazilian national team as part of our midfielders to go in and play some good football. Liverpool, after say Xabi Alonso, if Liverpool, if we are buying for Leverkusen, I mean a lot of teams called now players if you want. Barca contacting Leverkusen for Liverpool are contacting Leverkusen for. In fact, for Liverpool, in serious advanced talks. Emma said there is a Dutch manager at Liverpool and there's a Dutch player at Leverkusen. Liverpool for a lot of conversation. Michael Edwards are using the data to analyze the boy and see if they can get him to go and play for Liverpool for. And it's a brand here friend Jeremy Frimpong. Jeremy Frimpong. So Liverpool for have well-informed Jeremy Frimpong's situation and how the installments are to be defined for a 35 euros release clause. He remains one of the main names on the shortlist to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold. Frimpong is expected to eventually keen on the move. Liverpool for pay replacement for Abrantia, your friend Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the name on the list that looks like Liverpool for now are going to get Abrantia, your friend is Jeremy Frimpong. But even away from that, away from the conversation of Jeremy Frimpong, also clear. So Liverpool for that starting a rebuild, and the Dutch connection between Arne Slot and Abrantia and Jeremy Frimpong, both Dutch lineages now. Would want to work together and succeed. Already there's Ryan Gravenberch or Honham. There is Virgil van Dijk also over there, and there's going to be another Dutchman called Jeremy Frimpong possibly to go in and go and play for the back on Real Madrid conversation. Kylian Mbappe said, I mean, Madrid are in very difficult times, they're painful, but they will come back stronger. And Hala Madrid, everything is going to be well for them. And now, Yantias there with respect to our branch friend Vinny Jr. What you're hearing is when you're a little bit of an injury, an ankle sprain on the ankle, so sprain on the ankle, and the Madrid they're confirming, and now our branch friend Vinny Jr. And it's going to be out for maybe a few games before the end of the season and the Club World Cup. We'll see how long our branch friend Vinny Jr. better actually for. But Lucas Vazquez has suffered also an injury on the left pectineus muscle. Real Madrid for also confirming, and now so everything is going to be on. Of course, Brazil for no confirming. Said Carlo Ancelotti, Papa no ever the next manager of Tima, your friend FC Real Madrid, and they are going to be happy to have him there. Carlo for verbal agreement to 2026. So I'll about 2026 World Cup now, and we'll see how things are going to go on for my friend Carlo Ancelotti, and in the man, with the Brazilian national team, and how things are going to pan out from there. We'll see how things are going to go on with respect to games, ACA, and a board by a board, Champions League, Europa League, I don't know. We'll see how things are going to go on from there. The conversations now by everyone, very, very important. Of course, Oko in front of Mundo anymore, Mundo, Eddie, the favorite popular Sequida and they are 20 more they are 12 brand papa in front of Hansi Dita Flex so I Sequida not sure say he stays no say Hansi Dita Flex it's not team and friend Barcelona uncle baby one more season to compete and then do a big job for team and friend Barcelona. I mean, sports as a Barca make Ancelotti leave. Almost a Barca for Nayama Ancelotti a free Spanish La Liga in Mediaco national team football. They say they're the same, and I'm money free on. We'll see if that's truly the case. But as it stands now, one year the Ballon d'Or favorite, one year the Ballon d'Or favorite. Is it a brand friend Lamine Yamal, 17-year-old top tricky player? And I say a brand friend Raphinha who has absolute insane numbers when he won and then my team your friend FC Barcelona now Omodin Komo Ebisa Raphinha said if we have to be a little strong and violent in the game to win, I will do it. I'm talking about the fact say, I mean there have been times that he has to be very aggressive. Omodin Komo so on any incident any Ballon d'Or so now on the upper so and make sure things are. I say I always say that being a leader doesn't mean wearing the armband. Being chosen as one of the captains made me very happy because it was my dream to play here, to wear the shirt and to wear the captain's armband made it much more special. Bisa Raphinha said, I stayed at Barcelona because of Hansi Flick. He told me I was going to be important for his plans. Raphinha, Hansi Flick is someone who cares about players. The ones who don't play are upset, but he doesn't want to leave anyone out either. He wants to build a great working group. His human side, his connection, his fairness, he wants to win with confidence to you. That's exactly what Raphinha echo about the coach of friend Hansi Dita Flick. Raphinha said, many people send me memes with a Ballon d'Or, but it doesn't matter to me. It's not a goal I set for myself. Goal is to win titles and give the best to the team I play for. Of course, Raphinha knows he is one of the leaders of the Ballon d'Or conversation on their brand here, your friend Osimhen Dembele. If Osimhen goes on to win, they are definitely they would have to be looked at. And then Jonathan Tah conversation of Barca for know that Tah is now inclined to join FC Bayern Munich. CF Bayern the report here says a Barca for one close deal with our brand friend Jonathan Tah. It looks as if say Jonathan a bit moving to join team your friend FC Bayern Munich. We'll see if that's only going to be the case for our brand here, your friend Jonathan Tah, for him to come in and do the job for team, our friend FC Bayern Munich. We'll wait to see if things are going to go in that specific direction for team, your friend FC Barcelona. Barca for the season has been super incredible for them, and in the right direction to make sure so the BBR come on. Madrid for one left back now. 4 players. Miguel Gutierrez, a player that they are looking at. Alexi Lomado, Alvaro Carreras, and Jairo Hato. These are all players that Madrid for an airship to come in and then get players on the Junior Moutinho as left back. But Chelsea for have opened talks officially with our brand friend Rafael Leao. One of the things that Chelsea for are trying to do, and he said this summer they want to bring in players that are very, very experienced, players that they know can change things out. Sometimes I think that Rafael Leao is probably one of the best creative outlets in almost every team that he plays for. On the left wing, he's a super player. He can literally dictate and turn the game on its head for you. My problem, however, with my brand friend Rafael Leao, I said, and sometimes or a little bit like a desical, like I said, no matter what sometimes I don't know relax a crash on farm bisa. And if Chelsea can get the best out of a bench friend Rafael Leao, they can bring him in and change his mentality to go in. I mean, give 10 out of 10 every day in a Premier League game, because Premier League, the talent's not quite enough. You need to be aggressive, you need to be physical, you need to be combative, you need to want it more, because wingers and fullbacks will not allow you get a free pass at goal. It's definitely going to be difficult. But Chelsea Forum have open talks with our brand here, your friend of Rafael Leao. So maybe Chelsea Forum between Nedin Komo all is set for the last 2 games. No English Premier League season anymore, and the race for the top 4 is blown wide open. Chelsea for if they had gotten a draw against Newcastle, would have been the best result over there. Because Arsenal for CCA and then also Arsenal over 68 points, Newcastle was 66 points, Man City was 65 points, Chelsea was 63 points. What it means and is a Arsenal and Newcastle will play on the subsequent game, match day 37. Arsenal will Newcastle. Arsenal will Newcastle. It will feel at the Emirates, and Arsenal will need something like a win to solidify on the season and make it clear. Say, I don't next season Champions League in the movie. Because between Arsenal and Chelsea, just 5 points. So there's a very, very high possibility. So next weekend games will determine a lot of things, and they will want to at least get something out of that game. If that Newcastle game had stayed, but put Chelsea at 64 points. What that means is that Arsenal for a big Fiifi-Manfred, then Chelsea most likely will want to make sure some Manchester United and get the job done. Team and friend of Man City, but Bournemouth will go. It's not going to be an easy game. Bournemouth for also Europe, Europa League, Conference League, Chelsea, Man United, Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur. Then Nottingham Forest on form a very, very bad away from home. Against team and friend West Ham United. Whatever happens inside weekend was going to be huge going into the last weekend of the season. Very, 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 very huge going into the last weekend of the season. Chelsea have put out on a transfer plan on a new transfer planner. Almost share so after so many branch friend Raphinha one left winger. I told you about it the last time. Left wing or a direct or a tricky or a very good in 1v1 situations or something creative outlet sometimes can control the game on its hand and very important for them. Again, center forward, and I think that you see when Nicholas Jackson has made it clear to be say a brand here, your friend of Nicholas Jackson, and yet the most reliable player that you would want to have in your team as a leader of as a center forward when him on. Chelsea needs another center back that will push Nicholas Jackson and then probably more reliable and also force Nicholas Jackson to be more reliable. I don't think Nicholas Jackson intentionally wanted to take that red card. I'm very, very certain he was hot-headed because he knew so much he needs to be more aggressive. So when near thing, and yes, Newcastle will bully him. But there is a thin line between being aggressive and being too aggressive, or a thin line between being smart and then being aggressive. I don't think so on that occasion. Our branch friend Nicholas Jackson was smart about the job that he had to do. He was not smart at all, and I think he failed his team. He failed Enzo Maresca and failed himself, El Honam. And in the list of center forwards now, a lot of the names that have come up. It's no secret that Chelsea for were long list. Liam Delap, Edin Benjamin Sesko. I've said it several times. I think Sabrant friend Victor Osimhen is the one I said Chelsea for a very, very important player. And something that I think that Chelsea for should be able to go in and discuss with Victor Osimhen throw away the conversation around just price and how much it will be. Bring in a quality player like Victor Osimhen and then get a job. And next season, Chelsea have got Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao, Santos alone. Everybody joining Chelsea midfielders is very, very important over there. Senema, Chelsea, of course, for a brand friend of Santos there, or back into Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson, according to Osimhen, said he was very, very upset, given what had gone on with the physicality and how the game went the last time out. And then the Chelsea players and manager didn't have a plan and they weren't prepared. I'll go as far as to say that there's a few reasons why mentally as a player you have to be prepared for the ferocious press you are going to get, according to him, or Chelsea in plan. With respect to Victor Osimhen, Chelsea are set to open crunch talks again with Victor Osimhen's representative this week in an attempt to compromise over the striker's 12 million wage per year. The demands now, and one is still a problem. Chelsea for some in Como and in Como. The plan is that we'll try some amount of brand friend Victor Osimhen every day in wage in Kakra. Chelsea are increasingly confident of signing Bournemouth centre back Dean Hodgson this summer, despite rival interest from Liverpool and the other clubs now. What we are hearing is a brand friend Dean Hodgson on Chelsea. He wants to come and play at Chelsea Football Club and is doing everything possible. So beating about the BB area, come on, and more as a player. And of course, given how the games are going, it's something that he, Abrantia friend Dean Hudson, wants to go on. Of course, in that search for a left winger, and Abrantia friend Rodrigo Goes, and I've said it several times. So actually, Rodrigo Goes a very, very good player. I mean, somebody that plays off the left, that can play off the left most of the time, so off the right. I'll give you the goals and assists now, open. I think that if Chelsea really want a center forward, or betting about a left wing, waiting about center forward. Yeah, this season it's getting very, very likely. Say, Abrante friend Rodrigo Goes can lay Tima, your friend FC Real Madrid. Chelsea should really look at Rodrigo Goes and possibly bring him in as one of the players now. Senebea, or betting about Baba Jumana or sad times for Manchester United. Almost say only immediate plans on Besake Abrante friend Ruben Amorim and Yadia one plans to see some Besake Ruben Amorim as it stands now. Almost to Wasika normal chain how they want to go about things with respect to Ruben Amorim or Marcus Rashford. Still with Barcelona now Obako and Obisa Barca for the Komba deal the man and Libya and then come Raphinha be extending the contract for team and friend FC Real Madrid till 2029. Very, very good sign for Abrante friend Raphinha. We'll wait to see how those ones will turn out. Timer, Ruben Amorim from Manchester United scored no. Now almost just 4 plays of the top 4. And then almost 17, 16, oh baby. Go you cry. Let's all draw the curtain. I'll see you. Bye bye.